Having a long day ahead of us, we departed from our hotel at about 6:20 in the morning, just in time to witness this magical sunrise. This whole landscape reminded me of my trip to Jordan last year, which I adored. You can check out those vlogs if you're interested, I will link them below. By 10 a.m. we arrived and passed through Kena, a city not far from Luxor. It was fascinating, at least for me, being a huge Egyptian history lover since middle school, to actually see the Nile. The people working on the banks of the river, loved seeing them using donkeys for transportation, even nowadays, though it was a bit chaotic the way they get around the street, almost like they have no traffic rules at all. An hour later we arrived at the first destination, which was the Karnak Temple. The local guide, very funny by the way, gave us the entry tickets and told us a short history before starting the actual visit. The Temple of Karnak was believed to be the spot where creation began. Ancient Egyptians also believed it was a point of interaction between the god of sun, Amun-Ra, and the Egyptian people. The Karnak Temple Complex developed over 1,000 years between the 12th and the 19th dynasties. After Memphis became the new dynastic capital, many of Luxor's temples declined in importance. An avenue of ram-headed sphinxes symbolizing the god Amun and a small effigy of Ramses II in form of Osiris between their front paws leads to the first pylon, which is the last to be built at Karnak and is the main entrance today, but it was never completed. We had a stop at the temple of Seti, the father of Ramses II. Our guide even taught us to read hieroglyphs, which seemed so easy and obvious at the moment. In the courtyard we found the statue of Ramses II with his favorite wife Nefertari at his feet, as well as the remains of the kiosk of Taharka, the fourth king of the 25th dynasty. After entering the second pylon, we are faced with the hypostyle hall featuring 134 columns. 12 columns are 24 meters high in the center. There is still some paint surviving on them. The sacred scarab was a gift from Amenhotep III to his wife for keeping their love forever. This sits in front of the holy lake. Every roll around the scarab has a specific significance. 5 laps will nullify envy and bring luck, 3 times to be rich, 6 times for a girl to marry the boy of her dreams. These myths passed from ancient Egyptians to tourists. Moving on, we arrived at the 7th pylon, showing Thutmose III. There are 2 damaged colossi in front of the pylon, carved in hard red Aswan granite. It was a quick tour. I didn't even think that we've seen the Temple of Ramses III, unfortunately. Just passed by, but I will return again for sure. On our way to the Alabaster factory, we drove by the Colossi of Memnon, 2 massive stone statues of Pharaoh Amenhotep III. At the Thutmose's factory, we had a short presentation, which we really enjoyed.
Explain to you prefer me to explain to English or Arabic?
Arabic.
Salam.
Salam.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Bishka. Alabaster is different color. First color.
White.
Second.
Brown.
Seed.
Green.
Alabaster stone bringing big blocks like this by camel and dog. Then he by the local hammer you make a different shape. You make a nice vase.
Bowl.
Wood.
Ashtray.
Ashtray.
Statue.
Statue.
Obelisk.
Thank you. you.
I love you.
In a form like this one, we make all the side look like this, working. After this 5 working day like this come real life. Come nice handmade bus be like this for a can dirty light. Look how to light.
Wow. Oh my God. Adventure.
No, family, all together. Big wow, big discount, okay? One more time.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Handmade, be like, hold it. Be like, this one's machine made. Machine heavy.
I know.
Okay? In the street, in the market, in Bazaar, they told you, Bazaar to stone $5,
Too much.
$3, prison.
Too much prison.
Chips, fake. Original, no black, just be green. This one was a granite, okay? Also, here we have a limestone working by Egyptian crazy.
Picasso.
Limestone, the color without color. Here we have a mister.
Lofa.
Nice pyramids for romantic time. Look how to light.
Wow. Oh my lovely.
Sometimes we make a nice besika. Dog. Scarab. Elephant. Thank you. And now we're on side. Thank you.
Oh my God, this was lovely.
I found a very good website explaining the manufacturing process, and it's quite interesting. It's linked below for you to check it out. Alabaster comes in 3 colors: white, brown and green. A real alabaster is unique in that even if it's thick, light will still shine through it. It's a soft rock used for carvings. At the factories, besides the alabaster, they use granite, basalt, limestone and marble. It was very interesting seeing all these objects, especially after we got familiar with the whole process of making them.
God, for love. For love. Symbol love, God, in ancient Egyptian. This is it for love. Yes, on very strong stone, not to broke.
Next we visited the Valley of the Kings on the Nile's west bank near Luxor. During Egypt's New Kingdom, the valley became a royal burial ground for pharaohs such as Tutankhamun, Seti I, and Ramses II, as well as queens and high priests. The tombs evidence elaborate preparations for the next world, in which humans were promised continuing life and pharaohs were expected to become one with the gods. Mummification was used to preserve the body so that the deceased's eternal soul would be able to reanimate it in the afterlife. They are taking you with little carts from the entrance, which, especially in the heat, is very helpful. The first tomb to visit was the one of Meremta. I will have links in the description with more info about each tomb we've visited. I have to say, it immediately took me back in time. The feeling when you're actually walking down the corridors to find a tomb, the hieroglyphs you're seeing along the way, I felt like an archaeologist, and that's why I chose my outfit well for this day. Ramses IX's tomb was even more interesting because of the colors of the paintings on the wall. He was the 8th ruler of the 20th dynasty in the New Kingdom. Dozens of inscriptions were found in the tomb. The tomb of Ramses IV was the last visit, again very impressive. We didn't visit the tomb of Tutankhamun, but it costs 10 euros. One more to check next time. The last visit in the area was the Temple of Hatshepsut, one of Egypt's first female pharaohs. Hatshepsut's temple is one of the world's most striking architectural masterpieces, but even more noteworthy is the woman who commissioned it. The eldest daughter of King Thutmose I, she assumed the role of Queen Regent during the 18th dynasty after her husband's death, Thutmose II. Although her stepson Thutmose III came of age, she adopted the title of pharaoh and continued ruling for more than 2 decades. Her temple was decorated with scenes from her reign. It was designed by Senemut, a courtier at Hatshepsut's court, and perhaps also her lover. The temple is formed by 3-layered terraces connected by long ramps that used to be surrounded by gardens. One of the most prominent parts of the temple is the main sanctuary of Amun-Ra. For a quick lunch break, we hopped on a boat that took us to the eastern bank. The food was quite good. Later we stopped again at the Colossi of Memnon to take some pictures too. The 2 statues represent the pharaoh in a seated position, resting his hands on his knees and looking towards the river. Their function was to guard the entrance to the pharaoh's mortuary temple. For 10 euros we had a little Nile cruise with tasty fresh fruits. This was my first time trying the pink guava. On this island we visited a banana plantation. This was wonderful, but we all felt so sorry for the animals locked in really small cages. Well, this was our group's experience in Luxor, though I wish we'd seen more, like the Luxor Temple too. That's one more reason to go back soon. Still, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye!